Hi guys, it's Victoria and welcome back to FemmeHead. Today I wanted to film a video and share with you guys all about labor and birth prep. If you follow along on my second channel where I do vlogs, you've seen a lot of this stuff as well. But I just want to kind of go through what I feel like I've been doing and what I feel like I still want or need to do. One of the first things I started doing was doing stretches and hip opening exercises, and I think I've talked about that before. I'll try to link some resources to different stuff that I've used down below or examples of stuff. Stretching throughout is just super important because things are changing. Your joints are loosening up and getting stiff, and especially when you get further along and just things are tight and achy, I think stretches are great. Almost consider them like yoga stretches. I think those are really nice. Also hip opening stretches. I definitely started this probably I think in my first trimester. Yeah, hip opening exercises, getting those hips stretched out because I sit for a lot of the day and I'll sit with my legs crossed or with my legs under me. They just get tight and stiff, so I think it's important to open them up and stretch it out sort of thing. The next thing is trying to stay active. I have been much less active than I anticipated. I thought I would be able to do so much more, but you just have to adjust to what your abilities are and what your time allows and all that sort of stuff. But just things like walking, biking, just moving, taking the stairs, especially when you're sitting a lot during the day. At this current state, walking isn't the most fun for me. It's fine, I can still walk, of course, but I get Braxton Hicks a lot these days, and I find that walking briskly really sets them off. But walking is really good for getting your baby into that optimal position, and when you go into labor they have you walk a lot anyways. I have found that it's easier for me to bike. I bike very carefully, I promise you. But I do find that if I do want to go outside and do more of a physical activity rather than going on a walk, I much more enjoy biking because I can cover more distance. I can't walk very fast these days, you guys. I mean, my knees kind of come out to the sides a bit more to allow for my belly, but biking is good. The next thing, and I talked about this in a pregnancy exercise video, is that I bought this pregnancy workout guide from Expecting and Empowered, and so exercises from that as well as other strength building exercises. I haven't done as many of those as I would like to. I don't know where they are right now, but I have resistance bands and I really like doing squats and leg exercises with those. That pregnancy guide does have a lot of good stuff, and I'm hoping to find time for it in these last couple weeks, but I've been just really busy, and of course exercise is the first thing to go. So the next way I've been preparing is classes. I made a video about this. So we were planning on taking 3 classes. The third one is tonight, and I don't know if we're gonna go or not, but we'll see. It's a newborn care class, and that one is mostly for Michael rather than me because he's never cared for a newborn before. I barely have, but I feel like through my other education that I've done and research, I've learned all those things. Besides that one, I also took a breastfeeding class, which I highly recommend. I love that class, and I know it's gonna be different everywhere, but I like the one that are hospitalated. And then I also took a birthing class, which I didn't feel like I learned as much from, but I think it was good coverage of things that can happen in birth, because I think we all kind of go in with our ideal birth and that never quite happens. And I've heard of people having their ideal birth planned out and literally nothing on their plan going how they had anticipated or desired. And I think there's a lot of fear in the unknown, and so I wanted to be informed even just a little bit on everything that could happen. So heaven forbid something does have to happen, I know what's happening because that gives me more peace of mind. Books. So I am a big book reader and I have read so many books, some of them good, some of them bad. I wrote down some of my favorites. So Birthing from Within is one of my favorite birthing books that I've read, and I highly recommend it. Any of Ina May Gaskin's books, I really liked her childbirth book, and I also read her breastfeeding book. The Womanly Art of Breastfeeding, I got it for a friend for her baby shower, and she lent it to me and I read it. I think that one's good. Cherish the First 6 Weeks. I really like that book as well. Raising Bebe is a good one. So those are some that come to mind. And there's so many good books out there, and there's a lot of crap ones out there. If you start reading a book and you're not jiving with it, don't waste your time. Move on to another book. There's a lot of books out there to read. I would also caution you of not reading too many books because there are a lot of varying opinions on how to do things. And so if you find one that resonates with you and you're yeah, that's the path I want to go, stick with that, because then then you could read another book and it tells you the complete opposite stuff, and you're like, well, I really don't feel like comfortable with doing it that way. So you just kind of have to self-select everything. Next is videos. I've watched so many videos, so many documentaries, birth vlogs. I think it's so beautiful to watch people's birth vlogs and watch a wide variety of birth vlogs. Watch the natural unmedicated birth vlogs, watch the vaginal birth with an epidural, watch the C-section, watch the emergency section, watch the home birth, watch the home birth but then I had to get transferred to the hospital. I think get a variety of birth stories, and I think it's really good to put your focus into positive birth stories, but also depending on your personality to know that there's the possibility of other stuff happening. Ina May Gaskin's childbirth book, like the first half of it is all birth stories, and I love that. Breastfeeding videos, people talking about like latches. I watched this amazing one about the breast crawl. You should definitely watch that one. I'll try to link that down below. Cloth diaper videos, because I'm going to cloth diaper, labor prep, breathing during labor, you name it. Like, I love birth prep videos. The next thing I've done is listen to hypnobirthing tracks. So I met a lovely lady and she gave me the hypnobirthing tracks she had because she's a hypnobirthing teacher. I listen to those almost every single night. I like the rainbow relaxation one and the birth affirmation one. Those are my two favorite, and I think those are just good things to have in the background. And I have found that even recently with not like Braxton Hicks, any sort of like pain, even like stomach cramps, I have found so much benefit in that switch in mindset and like breathing and that sort of stuff. So I think that's definitely going to help me, and I'll try to like update after labor and birth, let you know how it goes. But I think just simply having those tracks, those two simple tracks, have been really good. Also like birth affirmations, because I think labor for a lot of people is a scary thing. For me, I'm super pumped for it. Like, I'm super excited, and I love the positive affirmations of like, my body is made to do this, my body and my baby and me are going to work together, like every contraction brings me closer to meeting my baby. Like, there's so many positive ones out there, and I think that's beneficial to have and read to yourself. When things get tough, it's good to have those positive reinforcements of like, this is a good thing, this is a positive thing, this is going to have this beautiful outcome. I just have to keep working hard. I kind of touched about this before, but learning about the different variations of birth beyond vaginal birth, so I can be prepared and not caught off guard. There's a lot of fear and judgment surrounding like certain birth interventions, certain types of birth, which I don't think is like healthy or good. I don't want to be part of that problem of like misinformation, terrified of something because I don't understand it. So I really try to understand all aspects of like what could happen, just like I said before. And final is spending time with Michael, and this was one of like the top recommended things from you guys when I asked what's one thing you wish you did more of before the baby came, and so many people said spend time with your partner, go on dates and that sort of stuff. So we're constantly like, every time we go on a trip, we joke that it's our baby moon, and we've been on like 7 baby moons, even if they're like work trips for him and stuff. Every night is date night, and we'll like go around the house and chant date night, date night, date night, or if we're gonna go somewhere, like, just simple everyday silly things that we do together. We've just been trying to spend our time together, enjoy each other, because things are gonna change soon. It's not gonna just be the two of us, and that's like beautiful and awesome, but we're closing this chapter of our lives and it's kind of sad. So spend time with your partner. What I still want to do and need to do is obviously pack some sort of bag for the hospital. I'm not gonna be doing anything crazy. I think I am going to be writing a blog post and probably making a video about what I am taking in my bag. I'm going to see what I can pack at 36 weeks around that time. The majority of it is stuff that I use day to day, so it's going to have to be like a last minute pack sort of thing. But yeah, I'll pack in there what I can, and we live 7 minutes from the hospital, so I'll send someone over here or send someone to the store. I'm mostly just snacks. And food is what I'm looking forward to. We still need to put the car seat in. So we have it, and we've had it for months now because I think it was on sale or something like that. Yeah, that was one of the first things I got, was the car seat. We have a race in 3 weeks. I will not be going to it, but it's in Omaha. and our vehicle is going to it because it's like the work truck. And so we're not gonna put the car seat in until after that. So we just need to make sure that the car seat gets in there because you gotta have the car seat. But that's also something where if we forget it, it's like, oh, go home and get the car seat so we can take our baby home. And then I would love to have some meals made, because that was another thing people recommended, and it's something you hear very commonly is freezer meals. I never do freezer meals, so I don't know how to do freezer meals. I'm so open to people just bringing me food, and I think that might be a requirement. Like if you want to come see my baby, these are like my favorite dishes from these restaurants. Bring me some food. Another thing I want to do that's not necessarily like labor birth prep, I don't know if I talked about it in this video or did I just talk about it in the video I just filmed. I can't remember, but I want to do more postpartum prep. I think I'm gonna make some padsicles and that sort of stuff. And then I would say like the final thing that I've been working on is getting FemmeHead ready for its postpartum phase, which has been fun. So the two main things I'm trying to do that I've talked about before is I'm putting my Chart Your Cycle course up on Teachable. I just filmed all the videos for that course today actually, and I am pre-recording and like power recording and filming and editing videos for the months following birth, so I can kind of take a slight step back. I still want to film some videos and still, you know, do stuff because I just can't stop. I love it so much. But I want to, if all else fails and I do just need to like take time off, I can, and I don't have to have like anxiety over FemmeHead during that. So that's kind of what I've been doing for labor and birth prep. But let me know what you did to prep for labor and birth. Anything that I'm not thinking of. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with all of this. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.